Jai Saparikar Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Jiu Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava Jiu Ki Jai Shri Shri Gandharva Govinda Sundara Jiu Ki Jai Jai Nityalila Pravishtom Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Shri Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Shri Shila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Shri Shila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Shri Shila Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Shri Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakura Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Mahabhagavat Srila Gorakishora Das Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Saptam Gosai Shri Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Vaishnava Sarva Bhaum Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Gauriya Vedanta Charja Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu Ki Jai Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai Rasika Shiromani Shri Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai Shri Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Sadhu Swami Prabhu Ki Jai Srila Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Gaura Parsada Vrinda Ki Jai Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sikoho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Antar Dvip Mayapur Simanta Dvip Godram Dvip Madhya Dvip Kola Dvip Ritu Dvip Jana Dvip Moda Druma Dvip Rudadipatmaka Shri Shri Navadvip Dhama Ki Jai Jai Shri Purushottam Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dhama Ki Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dvadashavanatmaka Shri Braj Mandala Dhama Ki Jai Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Madan Mohan Jiu Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Raman Radha Damodar Jiu Ki Jai Srimati Lalita Vishaka Adi Ashta Sakhi Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Rupa Manjari Rati Manjari Ananga Manjari Adi Manjari Vrinda Ki Jai Shrimati Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Purnamasi Yoga Maya Devi Ki Jai Shri Gopishwar Mahadeva Ki Jai Sarva Bhishta Pradata Giriraj Govardhana Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Jiu Ki Jai Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Shri Nrsimha Dev Ki Jai Bhakta Prabhu Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai Charodham Charo Sampradaya Charo Acharya Ki Jai Akara Matraj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai Or Ananya Shaka Mat Samoha Ki Jai Shri Vishwa Vaishnav Raj Sabha Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Tribhuvana Pavana Harinama Samkirtana ki jai. Tribhuvana Mangala Harinama Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki jai. Sachi Nandana Gaura Hari ki jai. Shri Nityananda Mahajan ki jai. Shri Pancha Tattva ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Transcendental Disappearance Day of Shri Raghunandana Thakur ki jai. Transcendental Disappearance Day of Shri Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. We will sing O He Vaishnava Thakur because today we are beginning to read Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Jaiva Dharma, some section, and that will continue into the continuing months actually, because there's so much of his material to read. So we're going to read O He Vaishnava Thakur, written by himself. Oh, okay. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. Bolo, O He Vaishnava, O He Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna. Diyapada Chaya Shodahe Amare, Tomara Charana Dhori. Diyapada Chaya Shodahe Amare, Tomara Charana Dhori. Diyapada Chaya Shodahe Amare, Diyapada Chaya Shodahe Amare, Tomara Charana Dhori. Tomara Charana Dhori. Tomara Charana Dhori. Tomara Charana Dhori. Chaya Begadame, Chaya Dosha Shodi, Chaya Guna Dehodase. Chaya Satsanga Deho He Amare, Chaya Satsanga Deho He Amare, Chaya Satsanga Deho He Amare, Bosichi Sangera আসে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে বসেছি সঙ্গে একাকী আমার নাহি পাই বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী আমার নাহি পাই বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া তুমি কৃপা দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধানে দেহ কৃষ্ণ দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে আমি তো কঙ্গালা কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি আমি তো কঙ্গালা কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলে দৈতব পাছে পাছে দৈতব পাছে পাছে O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayar Sagara Edase Karuna Kari Sorry Diya Pada Chaya Shoda he amare Diya pada chaya Shoda he amare Tomara charana dhari O tomara charana dhari Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Doyal Vaishnav Thakur, Mam Kripam Kuru. Vaishnav Thakur, Mam Kripam Kuru. Mam Kripam Kuru. Vaishnav Thakur, Mam Kripam. Jaya Patit Pavan, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Patit Pavan, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Bolo Shri Krishna. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Nitai Gauranga, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Gaur Hari, Jaya Gaur Hari. Gaur Hari, Jaya Gaur Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. No Hari Hari Bol, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Do you know the meaning? Nitai Gaur Prem Anande. Do you know the meaning? No? All these years? But why are we saying at the end of our kirtan every time, at the end of Harikatha every time? Why are we saying Nitai Gaur Prem Anande?
By the mercy of Nityananda and Mahaprabhu, we're able to taste the bliss of rain.
Yes.
Rain. Rain Purushottam, Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. But still, why telling that at the end of the kirtan? Just to wake everybody up? Is that why we say it? Everybody's Gaur Premanand. Oh, Hari Hari Bol. No. Why are we telling? Because the reason why we gather together to perform Harinam Sankirtan, the very reason why we gather together is because we have been given the greatest hope that can ever be given to any jiva. The greatest hope. You know what hope? What is the meaning, what is the word in Russian? Huh? Nadezhda. Yes. Our greatest nadezhda. Our greatest hope. We have been given. By who? By the representatives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who came to save us. Like Srila Prabhupada, like Srila Gurudev, like Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. All of these great personalities, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they have brought this message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that message is that now all of you, jivas, you should perform what? What should you do? Chant Hare Krishna. Is that not the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Yes or no? We're sitting right here where he came with his kirtan party on all 9 islands of Navadvip Dham for years, coming to all the islands, chanting Harinam Sankirtan and telling everyone to do what? Not Gaur Haribol. He was saying, fill your mouths with the names of Krishna. Yeah? Udilo arana pura babage, dvijamani gaura amani jage, pakata samuha loya sate, gela nagara braje. This is the song by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And what is he telling? He's telling that in the morning time, Udilo Aruna Purava Bhage, in the eastern sky, the sun began to rise. And it made the sky reddish color, Aruna. Udilo Aruna. So, at that time when Mahaprabhu was living here in Mayapur Dham, in the house of Mother Sachi, what did he do? He gathered together his bhaktas. Dvija Mani Gaura Amani Jage. He got up from his rest and he is the what? He is the very jewel of all the twice-born Brahmanas. Dvija Mani Gaura Amani Jage. And then what was the next thing he did? Bhakata Samuha Loya Sate. Took all of his bhaktas along with him. Loya Sate. In his own association, he took all of his bhaktas and Gela Nagara Vraje. What did they do? They went moving with Harinam Sankirtan, dancing, chanting to all the towns and all the villages in Navadvip Dham. Yes. This is historical fact. We are not some sentimental so-called religious faith or cult or sect or whatever. No. This is the absolute truth movement. This is the only movement on this planet which is giving the absolute truth. Fully. Like we were reading, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. Full-fledged theism. Full-fledged. The complete absolute conception. Everything else is partial. That's all. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is very important why he went on Harinam Sankirtan every day with his devotees early in the morning when the sun is rising. So what did he tell? What happened when they were going? Tatai bajalakol, ghana tahi janjararol, preme dhala sonar anga, Charane Nupura Babaji. Yes. Tatai bajala kol. The kol is called the Madanga drum, kol. So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving a kind of atamo-poetic simile how the sound of the drum sounds. If you make with your voice, that's called atamo-poetic. So tatai means tatai. Bhajalokol. The mridanga was sounding like this. And then the other instrument, janjara. Do you know what the janjara is? You know janjara? Oh my God. You don't know? Janjara. Janjera. No, this is exactly how it's spelled. Janjera. Roll. Janjara means the big kartals. And what was the sound that they were making? Ghana. Actually, Krishna is called Ghana Shyam. So Ghana also means rain cloud. Ghana Shyam. And why? Because the sound of the big janjara, they sounded like the crashing of the thunder. Like that. And preme dhala sonar anga. So you know dhala? You know the meaning of dhala? You know? Maybe this is old style Bengali. You don't know the old style Bengali, huh? Okay. Preme dhala. Preme dhala means that Mahaprabhu, overwhelmed with prem, his body, his golden body, sonar anga, was swaying back and forth, to sway gracefully back and forth. That's called dhala, like that. Charane Nuparabaje, and as his body was beautifully swaying back and forth, and all the devotees were completely overwhelmed with prem, looking at his transcendental golden form, then what happened? His nupara, his ankle bells, he was also dancing in a rhythmic way, and his ankle bells were also chiming along with the mridanga, with the kartals, everything. Preme dhala sonarayanga. Now comes the message to the people that they're encountering in each town and village. Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, Bolore, Vadan Bori. Vadan Bori means fill your mouth. Fill your mouth. Vadan Bori. What? With the sounds of the names of Krishna, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, Bolore, Bolore, Vadana, Bori. Fill your mouths with the names of Krishna. Now he begins to tell them what is their predicament. Miche nida vashe gelore rati divashashari rashaje. Now he's talking about what the people are absorbed in their daily affairs. During the daytime, what are they doing? Yes? Divashashari rashaje means during the daytime they're trying to decorate their body. Sharir saje. Sharir means body and saje means to decorate. So that's their main function, is to try to look attractive, decorate their bodies during the day, and at night time, niche nidavashe gelore rati. You're simply sleeping. You're simply sleeping, then in the daytime decorating your bodies. So now, why is this not good? Mahaprabhu is preaching to them. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself is envisioning this scene. He's envisioning it and he's writing it down for us. Whenever we would begin the Govardhan Parikrama during Kartik, when we would come to Govardhan with Gurudev, we would come and stay there, and then the next day we would begin in the early morning after Mangalartik to go on the Govardhan Parikrama. And Gurudev would walk along with us for some distance. And what song were we singing? This one. Krishnadas Prabhu generally. Udilo aruna purava bhagi Dvijamani gaurayamani jage. Like this. Very important song for us. And it's teaching us what Mahaprabhu told to the people. Now he explains to them. Emona durlaba manava deha paya ki koro bhavana keha. So he's saying here, don't you think at all about your situation in this world? Don't you contemplate your situation in this world? What are you doing? What are you doing, O Jivas? You've now gotten this Emona Durlabha Manava Deha. You have now gotten this extremely rare human body. But what? You don't really think about it. You don't think that, oh, this human body, we've gotten. This human body, so rare. People go about their lives never contemplating the absolute truth of their situation. That you've gotten a human body after millions of lives. So then he says that Ebe na bajile Yashoda Shuta Sharame Poribe Laje. Ebe na bajile Yashoda Shuta. Oh, if you don't worship the son of Mother Yashoda, that is Krishna, if you do not worship the son of Yashoda now, then what will happen at the time of your death? You will fall into a very shameful position. Yes, shameful condition. Oh, this person, he didn't worship Krishna. He just wasted his life. Now he'll go back into another womb, and he may go to lower species. He may get another human birth. No one knows. But that person's life situation has been ruined because he didn't worship the son of Mother Yashoda, Krishna. And now Mahaprabhu goes further and he says that every day that goes by, the sun is rising and then the sun is setting. Udita tapana hoile ashta din gelo bole hoibe byasta. And what are you doing? You're just busy counting these days as they're passing by. You're just counting, 1, 2, 3. So, Now he says, why? Tabe keno ebe Allahs hoy. Why then do you still remain Allahs? Allahs means lazy, idle. Why do you remain idle and not worship? Na bhaja hriday raje. Not worship the king, the Raj, the Lord of your heart. Each one of us has the king of our heart, who's right here inside of our heart, right next to our Atma in this body, and he's always with us. He's never not with us. He doesn't leave to take a vacation. No, he's always with us in our heart, eternally. And as we've gone through millions and millions of bodies, insect life, animal life, bird life, aquatic life, millions and millions and millions of bodies we've gone, Krishna's always there with us in our heart. Human life is meant for realizing this fact. Human life is meant for serving that Lord who's the witness of all of our activities in our heart. Chaitya Guru, who is giving us direction, what we should do. So, he says, so, why do you remain idle? Why are you not serving? Why you are not worshipping the Lord of your heart? Hridaya Raja. So, this life is called anitya. Do you know what anitya means? Jivan anitya. Yeah? Nitya means what? Yeah, Nitya means eternal, and anitya means temporary. So here, Mahaprabhu is saying, Jivan anitya janahao sar. Try to know this essential fact, that this life is anitya, this life is temporary. Tahe nana vidha vipadabar. And not only is this life temporary, but it's full of nana vipad, nana vidha vipad, all different types of troubles and bhara, burdens, so many burdens and so many troubles this life is full of. So, now I'm telling you, Mahaprabhu is telling to the people, Nam ashraya kori, jatane to me. Try simply to take full shelter of Nam ashray kori, of the names of Krishna. Takaha apan kaje. And in your life you go on with your regular duties, your household duties, your family life, but take shelter of Hari Nam. Nam ashraya kori jatane to me. So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is ending his song. You have that song? You don't have that song in your song, in the songbook. Udilo Aruna, Udilo Aruna. So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, Krishna Nam Sudha Koriyapan Jurao Bhakati Vinod Pran. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is asking us, oh, just drink Krishna Nam Sudha. Sudha means what? Nectar. Sudha, nectar. Krishna Nam Sudha Koriyapan. Pan means drink. Just drink this nectar of Krishna Nam, the names of Krishna. And then he says, Jurao Bhakati Vinod Pran. And by doing this, you will be giving me something. What will you be giving to me? You will be giving my heart such relief. Jurao Bhakati Vinod Pran. my life will be given such relief because you are taking Krishna Nam. Yes, and you're drinking that nectar. So by my seeing you drinking that nectar of Krishna Nam, oh, my heart will become very relieved, very cool, jurao. So then he says, Nam vina kichu nahi koar, chauda bhuvana maje. Nam vina kichu nahi koar. There is nothing else in the three worlds. Tri bhuvane, chauda bhuvane. Chauda means the 14 planetary systems of this universe. He says, Nam vina kichu nahi koar. There is nothing except the holy name within all the 14 worlds of this universe. Doesn't matter where you go. There's nothing to be attained by the jiva except for this name of Krishna. And finally, the last verse of this song, Jiver kalyana sadhana kam jagati asi e madhur naam. Jagati asi e madhur naam. That means this sweet name of Krishna has come, has descended from Goloka Vrindavan into this material world. Jagati Asi. He has come into this material world. Why? Jiver Kalyana Sadhana Kam. Because Krishna himself, Krishna Nam, is desiring to do what? To give benefit to all the jivas, to all the living entities. Jiver Kalyana. You know, our Gurudev, many times, we would see him hundreds, thousands and thousands and thousands of times, wherever he was. And he would be meeting devotees, or they would be coming and paying respects to him, and he had his hands like this. Kalyana Bhavatu, Kalyana Bhavatu, Kalyana Bhavatu, Kalyana Bhavatu. May all auspiciousness happen in your life. All kalyana, all beneficial things, may that happen to you in your life. Gurudev, blessing, 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 blessing. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura is saying that Krishna Nam is Krishna. Krishna Nam is a person. And Krishna Nam has descended into this universe from the spiritual world. And why? Because he wants to benefit every jiva. He wants to give kalyana to all the jivas. So that Krishna Nam, this is the last line in this song, Avidya Timira Tapana Rupe Hrid Gagane Viraje. Avidya Timira means to destroy the darkness of ignorance. Avidya Timira. To destroy the darkness of avidya that is covering everyone in this material universe. These names of Krishna, what have they done? They have taken their place in the sky of your heart, like the sun. Like the sun is in the sky, so these names of Krishna, Hrid Gagane Viraje, they shine like the sun in the sky of the heart. These names of Krishna, and they destroy all the darkness of ignorance. Gaur Premanande. So we should know why we say Gaur Premanande. Because we are rejoicing. This is our rejoice. You know rejoicing? Rejoicing means to be very, very happy and rejoicing. Oh, today is my best day. To rejoice. Or somebody comes to a materialistic person and gives them a check for $1 million. What does he do? He jumps up and down. He's rejoicing. That's called rejoice. What do you say in Russian language? Come on. Say it loud. I can't hear you. I can't hear your pronunciation. What's the word? Huh? E? Li. Okay. Likovat. Likovat. To rejoice. Likovat. Likovat. Now you have to study the Russian language. Yes. Then you have to go to Russia and preach. Yes. And then you have to tell everyone the names of Krishna. And then you can come back to Navadvip and pay your obeisances to Mahaprabhu at his birthplace and say, yes, Mahaprabhu, I did what you wanted. Huh? Okay. This word Gaur Prem Anande is like our likovat, as our rejoicing that we're so fortunate that we've come in contact with Mahaprabhu's mission. And what is Mahaprabhu's mission? To give prem to all the jivas. And to give prem, what? The ecstatic experience. Anande, Prem Anande, Gaur Prem Anande. This is the prem that Gaur is giving to completely bathe all the jivas in ecstasy, Ananda. So when we come into the class and we hear about Krishna, we go into the kirtan and we're hearing and we're chanting. This is the process given by Mahaprabhu. And what will it bring about in our life? It will bring about Gaur Prem Anande. So we say that, Guru says that, the Acharyas tell that at the end of a session, at the end of any session, where now we've chanted, we've heard, we've like this, and we say Gaur Premanande, because that's what's going to happen to all of us by this process. Now, why do all the devotees respond to the announcement of Gaur Premanande? What do the devotees say in response? No, you forgot. Not Gaur Haribol. Gaur Premanande, and then all the devotees say what? Hari Haribol! Why? Are we doing everything just because it's a ritual? Just a ritual? No! Everything has meaning. Everything that we do, every move that we make in our life has deep meaning. Nothing is like repetitive ritual. No. What do we do every day from the moment that we awaken? The moment that we awaken from our sleep, we begin to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we do that all throughout the day until we take rest at night. And then even in our sleep sometimes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Why? Because this Gaur Prem Anande, it will come from doing Hari Hari Bol. Bol means what? Chant. Bol, bol, bol. It means chant, not speak. It means chant. It does mean speak also. But when we're talking about kirtan, it means chanting. Yes. And loud chanting. Loud chanting. Mahaprabhu told everyone to chant loudly in kirtan. Not softly. So, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Because chant the name of Hari. This is what Mahaprabhu came to teach. Chant the name of Hari. So, that's our discussion on the most basic elementary things that we sometimes do for years on end, but we don't understand why. All right, so today is the disappearance day of Sri Raghunandana Thakur. Do you know who Raghunandan was the son of? He's one of Mahaprabhu's very, very dear associates, and he is the son of one of Mahaprabhu's dear associates. Do you know which associate? One time Mahaprabhu asked him and his father, who is the father and who is the son? You know that? Okay. Oh, he's... okay, here it is. So this Raghunandan Thakur, do you know who he is in Krishna Lila? He is the third member of the Chaturvyuha. You know the Chaturvyuha? What is the Chaturvyuha? No. But not Krishna Balaram. The Chaturvyuha are the expansions. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. So the third member of that is Pradyumna. And so in the Leelas of Radha and Madhava in Krishna Leela, then Pradyumna also took part. That expansion of Krishna, Pradyumna, he took part in the Leelas of Radha and Madhava in Braj, and he was the intimate friend, or he was a Priya Narma Saka. So he has now appeared as Raghunandan in Gaur Leela, whose body is not different from that of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Yeah, but that's different. In Krishna Leela, in Braj Leela, not in Dwarka Leela, Pradyumna also appeared as the Priyanarma Saka. Yes. What? Yes, so, but by external consideration, Raghunandan Thakur appeared in the family of physicians, doctor. So, on the way to Katwa, there is a town named Srikanda, and that is the Shripat of Raghunandan Thakur, and it's approximately a mile before the Srikanda station. There's a picture here of baby Raghunandan. Baby Raghunandan on the lap of his mother. Baby Raghunandan. There at his birthplace, you can see that. So Sri Mukunda Das, Raghunandan Thakur's father, he was a Raj Vaidya. That means he was a doctor for the king. And Narahari Sarkar, who is Madhumati Saki in Krishna Leela, Narahari Sarkar, who is Madhumati Saki in Krishna Leela, was his uncle. So, who is Narahari? Do we sing Narahari's name every day? In the Gaur Artik. No. Gaur Artik. Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dulai. That's Narahari Sarkar. Great, great devotee. He's the uncle of Mukunda. His, yes, was his uncle. So Narahari Sarkar, he had great affection for Srila Raghunandana Thakur. And although externally Mukunda Das was a Rajvaidya, but internally he was fully absorbed in the Lord, and he always was filled with divine love. Only the king could recognize this. Which king? The king in Jagannath Puri. So once upon seeing the king being fanned by a peacock feather, Mukunda Das became overwhelmed with love and remembrance of Krishna, and he fell down from his elevated seat. And the king called his attendants and anxiously asked them to check whether he had died. So when Mukunda Das came back to consciousness, he said, I sometimes suffer from epilepsy, and therefore I fell. You know this disease, epilepsy? Epilepsy. What is epilepsy? Okay. So Mukunda was trying to hide the fact that by seeing the peacock feather fan, he was reminded so much of Krishna and Krishna Leela that he became overwhelmed in ecstasy and he fainted on the ground. And then the king was, oh, what happened? Did he die? And then when he came back to consciousness, he said, oh, you know, I'm a patient of this disease, epilepsy. So sometimes I go into these convulsions like this. Sometimes I faint. But guess what the king thought? What did the king think? Huh? Did the king think that he had epilepsy because he said, I have epilepsy? No, the king understood that he's a great devotee, and the king fully understood that by seeing the peacock feather, then he fainted with Krishna Prema. So this is described in Chaitanya Deva Nirnay. Then there's a whole pastime about Raghunandan when he was a little boy. So Mukunda, his father, was going to go to his work for the day, and he was in a very big hurry. So he told his son Raghunandan to serve the family deity, to bring bhoga to the family deity, and to give it to the family deity. But he was just a small boy, and he had never done that before. So when he saw the food, then he brought it in front of the deity, and he went away a little bit, and then he came back again. But the food was still there on the plate. And he began to cry to the deity and requesting the deity, oh, why are you not accepting the bhog? Is it because I am not initiated? Or am I unaware of the mantras? And then after seeing the boy crying, Sri Gopinath, the deity, he ate everything. So this Raghunandan in his boyhood, by his loving service, he had made his worshipable deity Gopinath eat a laddu, to eat a sweet ball. And he returned to his father with the empty plate. He returned to his father with the empty plate. And he told, Gopinath ate the offering on the plate. And this surprised his father. So from the external consideration, he was a mere child. And therefore his mantra was only, what? What mantra did he chant to Gopinath? He put the food in front of Gopinath, the bhog. And what mantra did he chant? Eat, eat. That was his mantra. Huh? And then seeing his loving devotion, the Lord was obliged and he ate everything, leaving not one single little morsel. So Mukunda was very bewildered. So then the next day he called his son and he instructed him to make the offering to the deity just as he had done the previous day, while Mukunda hid himself. Now Srila Raghunandana Thakur pleaded to Gopinath, "Eat, eat." And just when Gopinath had eaten half the laddu, Mukunda Das entered. At that time, Gopinath stopped eating. He left half the laddu in his hand. Seeing this, Mukunda was filled with love, and he took his child in his arms and he spoke to him in a choked voice. He said, "To this day in Srikanda, those who are fortunate, they can have darshan of Gopinath with a half-eaten laddu in his hand. A laddu which was fed to him by Raghunandan, who is non-different from Cupid himself, Pradumna." And there's a devotee named Uddhav Das who composed a song singing like that. So the people are fascinated and they wonder who can feed Gopinath a laddu in this way other than the great loving devotee Raghunandan. So now, one more pastime of Raghunandan Thakur. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked to Mukunda, "Oh, Mukunda, are you the father of Raghunandan, or is Raghunandan your father?" So Mukunda answered, "Raghunandan is my father, because whatever devotion that I have for Krishna, it comes from him." And even without considering whether Raghunandan had undergone Diksha, which usually someone has to have Diksha before they can make offerings like this. And so Mukunda was thinking, just see, my son, Raghunandan, made this offering of bhog from his own hands. And therefore, Gopinath had to eat. So, actually, I'm Raghunandan's son. I'm his son. This is my conclusion, he told to Mahaprabhu. Why? Because my devotion to Krishna has come from him. So then Mahaprabhu smilingly said, "What you said is true." Mahaprabhu agreed, yes. He is your father and you are his son. Yes. Because one who awakens devotion to Krishna, he is certainly the spiritual master. And from whom one will imbibe, one will receive devotion to Krishna, then he is to be considered Guru. So Chaitanya Dev, he instructed Mukunda to remain in his profession as a doctor, as a Vaidya, earning and maintaining the family while allowing Raghunandan to perform Sri Vigraha Seva. So from that day forward, Raghunandan would serve to the deity. Why? Because he was a Krishna Sevak. Because he was a Krishna Sevak, his mind did not deviate from Krishna Seva even for a moment. Yes. There's more pastimes, but I want to also read something about, because today is the disappearance day of Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj. So do you know who Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj is? This is a picture of him. This is the only picture that I know exists of him. Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj. What? Yeah. No, you're wrong. He went to meet Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Where?
Yes, Anandaghat and between Anandaghat and Vadalghat, there is one temple and you used to live there.
Uh-huh.
You used to stay there, one small temple.
Okay.
Right now it's big, but people don't tell you it is small.
Okay. Now the question comes, who is he? What? No. His name is Vamsidasa Babaji. He's not Krishna's flute. That's Vamsidasa, one of the associates of Mahaprabhu in Mayapur. He's an incarnation of Krishna's flute. This is during the time of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's time. He was here in Navadvip Dham. And he would be wandering here and there all the time, sometimes here, sometimes in Braj. So he's a very extraordinary personality. So we'll hear just a little bit about him. He actually appeared in Majidpur in Mymensingh district in Bangladesh. That's where he's from. He is a Paramahansa Vaishnava. He was very tall, but while plucking flowers from a tree, he fell and he broke his limb. And because of this accident, he used to walk with a limp, slightly limping. He had round eyes like a fish. They were so fierce and so luminous as if they were emitting fire. And if you look closely at his eyes, so Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj, he used to serve the deities of Sri Sri Radha Krishna and Sri Sri Gaur Nityananda. He only wore a loincloth, that's all, just a kopin. And whatever people would bring as offerings, they would bring to him as offerings, he would set it aside. Nobody would dare to touch these offerings. So one day, the servant complained to Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj. He had a servant but Vamsidasa Babaji didn't really interact with any of the people around him. He would only interact with his deities. They would stay by him and they would do services, but he wouldn't speak with them. So one day, the servant complained to Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj that the plate, the vessel that was used to prepare bhoga for the deities, it had been stolen. And also the fruits had been eaten by a cow. Then Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj just laughed. He laughed and he remained silent. He didn't speak anything. So when the servant inquired to him, then he smilingly replied, "Chora ne diya, chora ne liya." One thief gave and another thief took it away. Who is the thief? Krishna. Vraje prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarajita papa choram choragraganyam purusham namami. This is from the Choragraganya Purushastakam in our songbook, how Krishna is the greatest thief. So he is the foremost among thieves. Krishna is. So what does he steal? What does Krishna steal? Aneka janmarjita papa choram. He steals the sins that have accrued and collected over many, many lifetimes. That's what he steals. What else does he do? He makes his devotees akinchana, that they are like poor people, paupers, wandering homeless beggars. He shows such great mercy. In one birth he gives, and in another birth he snatches it away. What is the loss? These great personalities have such extraordinary realizations. Vamsidasa Babaji. One chore is giving and one chore is taking away. So now later on, there was one senior Vaishnava named Gokul Das Babaji Maharaj who stayed in our mutt. And that's his Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj who's speaking. So that sannyasi, senior Vaishnava, Gokul Das Babaji, he was offered a room to stay. And he was more than 100 years old when he left this world. And he would regularly attend the Mangalartik and then go out to beg. So once when he was asked, Babaji Maharaj, is your room all right? Then he responded, the facility is good, but there is a lot of nuisance of thieves. Whatever I cook from the begged ingredients, then if it is left over, I store it. But then when I go to the banks of Ganga to chant Harinam and I return to my room late at night, I find that the leftover prasad is stolen. So at that time he quoted the same words that were said by Vamsidasa Babaji, Chora ne dia, chora ne liya. One thief gave and another thief took it away. And in between, you benefited by having your fill. So where is the question of unhappiness? In other words, one who gives is a thief, and one who takes is a thief. And there were many snakes where Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj resided. And one gentleman once cleaned the area, and he informed Babaji Maharaj that he had finished cleaning. So Babaji Maharaj, he didn't respond, but later he told his servant, this great sinner commits aparad, and then he claims, I have cleaned the place. What was the consideration behind his words? That these living entities in the form of trees, creepers, snakes, and so on, are residing in the Dham to witness the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu. And this gentleman is committing offenses unto them, and on top of that, he's praising himself. So you understand? He had gone to clean that area, which was full of snakes and all kinds of scorpions, everything. And then he told to Babaji Maharaj that I have cleaned the area. Now they are not there. What was Babaji Maharaj? What was his vision? Oh, the living entities here are trees, creepers, snakes, and they're living in the Dham. Why? To witness the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this gentleman who just cleaned here, he's committing offenses unto them by pushing them away. And then on top of that, he praises himself. I have done good. See so? Then one businessman, he built a room for Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj. But Babaji Maharaj never lived there. He considered to reside in an old, dilapidated hut. He preferred this because nobody would go there to repeatedly pester him, to bother him. So Babaji Maharaj, he said, that businessman, he said, oh Babaji Maharaj, please give me your mercy. And Babaji Maharaj, please give me your mercy. So the question is mercy factually attained merely by begging for it? Is that how you get mercy? Just because you begged for it, now you get the mercy? So once a rich person visited Babaji Maharaj and begged for mercy. So in response, Babaji Maharaj opened his what? His door kopin that was covering his private places. He took it off and he gave it to this man, telling him, stay here and perform bhajan. Because the man was asking for mercy, right? So he said, okay. Take my kopin, you stay here, and you do bhajan to Krishna. What did that person do? He immediately left. So did he really want mercy? Did he really want mercy? No. Then why annoy someone by begging for mercy? Why give them troubles and annoyment? Oh, mercy, mercy. It is indeed very complex, very complicated to understand how mercy can be attained in reality. So in this regard, our Guruji, just that Srila Bhakti Dayata Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he would share one anecdote that in Rajasthan, there was one old woman who used to fetch dried wood from the forest in order to sell it in the market and to feed her grandchildren. Because her son had passed away, she alone had to maintain the entire family. So every day she would rebuke Yamaraj. Yamaraj would become angry against him, saying, he looks after the whole world, but he doesn't cast his glance upon me. In other words, she was saying, Yamaraj doesn't take me away from this world. And daily she would call out like this. So one day, Yama, he actually arrived. And he said to this old lady, oh, old woman, please come along. Come with me. And she replied, oh, you have come. Please help remove the bundle of twigs that are placed upon my head. You know, bundle of twigs? The firewood that she was collecting from the forest, and she was carrying it on her head. And when Yamaraj came, she asked him to remove the bundle of twigs. Which means, no, I cannot come with you now. My grandkids are still young. Who will care for them? So the point is, if such is the attitude, then why call out to Yama? Understand? No, you're not following. Did you understand? You tell to them in Russian language. Tell them exactly what. Who's telling the story? Give him the microphone. No, we're not all hearing. They're not all hearing clearly. And also on the video, they're not hearing.
То есть она каждый день просила его прийти и забрать ее, старая женщина, которая собирала хворост на продажу, чтобы придержать своих внуков. Но когда он пришел, Ямарадж, она сказала, что ему надо работать на внуках, пока они еще маленькие, а не может с ним прийти.
What was her duty every day? Dry wood. And then what would she do with that dry wood? Yeah, she would sell it in the marketplace. Okay. Did you tell them that in Russian? Okay. So then? Why did he appear?
Because she called him every day.
Tell that in Russian. По-русски, in the microphone.
Ямарадж пришел, потому что она звала его каждый день, призывала. Но когда он пришел, она вдруг решила, что ей надо продолжать оставаться в Тибете, поддерживать своих внуков, поэтому она...
What was she telling to Yamaraj when she would call out to him every day? Why have you not come and taken me away?
Говорил ей Махараджа каждый день, почему ты не приходишь и забираешь меня из этого тела?
So then, what happened?
Когда ей Махарадж пришел, она
He actually came.
просила...
Yamaraj came and appeared before her.
который он собирал. То есть она, в общем-то, дала
And
понять, что
what did he tell?
не хочет выходить из этого тела, потому что
Come with me.
поддерживает
Come with me.
внуков, маленьких, которые еще не могли сами взрослеть.
So what did she tell to Yamaraj? Help her to remove the burden of this wood that she was carrying on her head.
Она попросила его помочь ей снять с головы ворс, который она собирала.
She was asking Yamaraj to help her to take this wood off of her head.
Чтобы он положил этот ворс на землю.
But what was the message that she was giving to Yamaraj by asking him to do that?
И сообщение, которое она давала Махараджу, прося его это сделать, было, что она не
Yes.
хочет еще теперь делать.
She was telling to Yamaraj, I cannot come with you now. Not in those words. She was not telling the words, she was only indicating that no, I'm not ready to come with you. Tell?
То есть она дала понять Махараджу, что она не хочет с ним уходить.
And what was the reason? What was the reason? You have to just hold it farther apart.
Какой был
You're-
повод, того,
yeah.
что она так сделала?
What was the reason why she told that to Yamaraj?
Сам так сказал Махарадж.
Because her attitude was, my grandchildren are still young, and who will care for them?
Потому что ее отношение было такое, что мои внуки еще молодые, которые не забудут.
So the question is, why every day call to Yamaraj and say, oh, why you have not taken me from this world? And then when Yamaraj appears, you say, no, I can't go now. Who will support my grandchildren?
Что зачем было каждый день звать Махараджа, когда он появился, не
So this
ходить не мог.
So this continues, you can continue to translate. This continues the story of this lady.
История продолжается.
And then later, after some days, she began to curse to Yamaraj even more.
Но через несколько дней она начала проклинать Махараджа еще больше.
So at that time, the old lady's granddaughter, her name was Saki. So she fell ill. She became very sick.
Ее внучка, которую звали Саки, она стала очень больной, заболела.
So then at that time, that old lady used to say, oh, she will die.
И она говорила, что она девочка умрет.
Now, at that same time period when her little granddaughter was ill, then a big bull, he entered nearby to that house. And then what did he do? He dug his head, he pushed his head into a big black wooden pot. There was rice that had been cooked, and it was kept there. But what happened to his head, the bull, his head got stuck in that vessel because of his horns.
И, короче, в этот момент, в это время пришел огромный бык, и он увидел, что там есть горшок большой со царскими рисами, он стал его есть, и его голова из-за рогов застряла в этом горшке.
So the bull, he was struggling, trying to get his head out of the pot.
Бык пытался что-то сделать, чтобы снять с своей головы этот горшок.
And he was calling out, the bull, like calling out.
И он очень стал кричать, шуметь, кричать.
So, yeah. So now seeing this happening, and also Yamaraj was watching this. And he was thinking that because of Saki, this grandchild, because of her illness, then Yamaraj had come to take her. The old lady saw, and she thought, oh, Yamaraj must be coming to take my granddaughter. You have to hold it farther away from your hand, the microphone. Yeah. Yeah. So, now the old woman said to Yamaraj, oh, Saki, she's not yet married, and she has not yet experienced marital happiness, being married, and I have become old. Please take me instead. She said that to Yamaraj. Hold it closer to your mouth. The microphone closer to your mouth. So she's telling to Yamaraj, oh, don't take Saki. My granddaughter, she never got married yet, so she hasn't experienced that happiness, married life. Okay? So then the bull who is struggling to get his head out of the pot, the bull charged towards the old lady. Tell him. So then the grandmother, she cried out, oh, alas, oh, Saki is not here, she is in the other room, go there. So was this old woman, was she actually ready to quit this world, to leave this world? Yes, and then, so thinking that she was now going to die, that old lady said, oh, Saki's in the other room. So Vamsidasa Babaji, he used to point out how people are deceitful. Deceitfulness means they're always telling lies, or they're always trying to make someone believe this or believe that. So one time, Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj, he used to go to visit various pilgrimage places. You can continue. It's good, your translating is good. So, sometimes he would go by train, sometimes he would go by bullock cart, sometimes he would go by walking. Vamsidasa Babaji. So once during one of these journeys, travels, he had crossed a river, and then he arrived at a very huge banyan tree on the other side. And then Babaji Maharaj, he said, stop here. We have arrived at Vamshivat.
Еще по-английски большое внимание на мире, когда характеристику состояния на периметре Вамшиват.
So in this way, at many places, the banyan tree would arouse him in the remembrance of Vamshivat. So had he really arrived in Vrindavan at Vamshivat? No. But he was saying, we have arrived at Vamshivat. So now, you know, Vamsidasa Babaji had his deities. Do you remember what deities he had? We already read that. He had Radha, Krishna and Gaur-Nitai. And he used to serve his deities and carry them wherever he would go. And when he would serve his Radha and Krishna deities, then Babaji Maharaj would offer them a hookah. Do you know what a hookah is? Huh? Do you know? Come on. A hookah. Hookah. A hookah is for smoking. It's round and it has water inside of it, and there's a hose coming from that. Haribol? It's not. Hey. There's no sound. Haribol. Haribol. Oh, okay. What was wrong? Huh? Okay. So hookah is when people, they want to smoke and it gets cooled by the water. What do you call that? Yes. So you understand what a hookah is? It's like a vaporizer. And the purpose of it, the reason for a hookah is for smoking and enjoying the smoking with the different types of tobacco that are flavored in different ways. So this he was offering to Radha and Krishna. And the servant of Vamsidasa Babaji was named Punye. So the servant asked Babaji Maharaj, question. His name was Punye. So he asked a question. He said, Babaji Maharaj, you're offering this to Radha and Krishna, but why are you not offering the hookah to Sri Gaur Nityananda? So then Babaji Maharaj replied, oh, no, they would not accept it. They would not accept. Because why? Because Gaur Nityananda have appeared in the mood of servants, not of enjoyers. just in relation to this, so we've also heard various other pastimes about Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj. And Vamsidasa would also smoke a hookah, and he would, like the gurgling sound of the water, like the gurgling sound of the water, and he would chant Gaura, 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 like this.
То есть сам Babaji, он иногда тоже курил этот кальян, когда там вода булькала, он так как бы говорил Гора, 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 Гора.
So, but the question comes in the mind of a neophyte devotee, oh, why is an exalted personality like him smoking tobacco? Yes or no? Yeah? It will come in your mind. Why is he smoking tobacco? But do you know who purchased tobacco for him? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he would send his disciples to bring it to him. What does that mean? Oh, just see. Oh, they're smoking tobacco. That means we can do it too. Bogus. Rascal. Here's an exalted personality who's living in the Leela in Navadvip. He's not in the material world even. Did you know that? Srila Prabhupada told that about him. Vamsidasa Babaji is not even in the material world. He's in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Everything he's doing is for the pleasure of the Lord. You know the story of one of Mahaprabhu's great associates, who later became the guru of Gadadhar Pandit himself. Huh? Yeah. Who is that? Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Sometimes Mahaprabhu would call him Prema Nidhi. Huh? I can't hear you. Yeah. So who was being brought there? Who was being brought there to meet him for the first time? Do you know who? Gadadhar Pandit. Who brought him? Yeah, but who brought him there? The same person we were just reading about, the father of Raghunandana Thakur, Mukunda, brought him there to meet. And when he came there, in the presence of, for the very first time, he's seeing him, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and he's seeing that, look at this. I've come to meet a very great devotee, but this person appears to be an enjoying materialistic person. He has his hair oiled, perfumed, and he's wearing luxurious clothing, sitting on a bed with very beautiful sheets and blankets and pillows and everything. Did someone go for the prasadam already? Oh. So, and not only that, he was smoking a hookah. He looked very beautiful. But the Gadadhar Pandit thought, well, this is a great devotee. So Mukunda saw that he was not understanding. So what did Mukunda do? No. He just spoke a shloka from the Srimad Bhagavatam, from the Venu Geet. Barhapidam natavaravapu karanayo karanikaram. No, it was a different shlok, sorry, that's a different, this he spoke a shloka spoken in the 3rd canto by Uddhav. 3rd canto. By Uddhav, and this is after Krishna left the planet. And Vidura, he was there, Vidura, he was meeting Uddhav, and Uddhav began to remember Krishna in ecstatic mood. And then Uddhava also spoke about Krishna's mercy. And Uddhava spoke this verse, which was talking about how Putana came to kill Krishna. That was her intention, to kill Krishna. But what did Krishna give to her? Krishna awarded her a position in the outer realm of Goloka as a nursemaid in Krishna's pastimes. Yes. She wanted to kill Krishna. But Krishna awarded her such a high position. So in this verse, Uddhava told in the last line, Kamva dayalur sharanam brajema. Who else could I ever take shelter of other than this Krishna, who is so merciful that he gave the position of mother to this demoness who came to kill him. So Uddhav recited that verse. And when Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Premanidhi Mahashai, when he heard that shloka being chanted, he immediately began to say again and again, Kamva dayalur sharanambraj, Kamva dayalur, and he began to shake back and forth on the bed. He began to, all of his body began trembling in ecstasy. He began to pull on his hair and tear his clothing off of his body. His body was shaking and shaking. And the servants came and they tried to stop him. He fell on the floor from the bed. And Gadadhar Pandit, who saw this, now he began to understand, oh, I have committed a great offense. I have committed such a great aparad. How can I become freed from this aparad, from this offense? So then when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after that, then Mahaprabhu said, when someone commits such a great offense against such an exalted Mahabhagavad personality, then what they should do is they should go to that personality and fall at his feet, beg him for forgiveness, and request, please accept me as your disciple. So Gadadhar Pandit, he became the disciple of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, And what is the identity of Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Braj Leela? Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Braj Leela is none other than King Vrishabhanu Maharaj, the father of Srimati Radharani. And who is Gadadhar Pandit in Krishna Leela? He is Radharani herself, directly Radharani. So in this way, there are so many amazing and wonderful pastimes of the great Vaishnavas. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, he has given us so many beautiful narrations of the glories of these great personalities. But now the time has gone, and it is time for us to finish this class. So I'm praying at the lotus feet of Srila Vamsidasa Babaji Maharaj to give us his causeless mercy and blessings. And I'm praying at the feet of Sri Raghunandana Thakura to also shower his mercy upon us. And I'm praying at the lotus feet of all of the great associates of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, that they will be merciful to us. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Maharaj, can you just sing a short Hare Krishna? Very short. Oh, okay. No problem. Vamshi Vadan Ananda. Yes. He went along on the parikrama with Nityananda Prabhu here when Nityananda took Jiva Goswami. He was one of the persons who walked along with the whole parikrama. Was who? It doesn't say who he was. No, there's no information what his identity in Krishna Leela. Yeah, Vamshi Vadan Ananda, he's Krishna's flute. Yeah, he's the incarnation of Krishna's flute. Yeah. Okay. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Gaura Hari. Oh, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Gaura Hari. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai, Satinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Shri Pancha Tattva ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Jiyo ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Navadvip Dhama ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satchavachai Namo Nama Vansha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.